Let's go. Welcome back, guys. Just a quick recording for you guys before NVIDIA earnings. It's going to be a fun 10-minute video here. I promise to keep it short and sweet. So if you're living under a rock, you probably don't know, but the market is green today. Everything looks great. Let's begin with our index funds. And yeah, it's been a fun morning. VIX is down quite a bit there, a few points. Let's pull up the 5-day chart so you can see that. We did spike over here back to 21, now 22, sorry, now back down at least 18 ranges. So been a good day with the VIX. Indexes are all up, everything's green up to the right, which is nice. However, this might be a false breakout. That's the question. Do we trust the screen or do we not trust the screen? If we look at the VIX real quick, one of the most popular index funds, of course. Let's go to the 1-year chart. You can see this rounded top. So we've been expecting another push higher. All of my followers and my network who I talk to, we were expecting this up and down, up and down, up and then down, and then this is where we're at now. So where we go from here is crucial. My guess is a little bit higher, and then we dump. So this is not over yet until we see like evidence that we're breaking really above and pushing higher. That's what we're watching for because I wouldn't really trust this at the minute. It feels like to me we are due a snap down, and that's what the most prevailing sentiment is online. Snap down, pretty big snap down, of course. Another snap, snap. See these snap downs. Like it feels like we're just due one that could be a little bit bigger in nature. Again, it happens once every 2 years, once every 15 months or so. You get a decent kind of correction or crash, and it definitely feels like the market needs that just to like get rid of all the nonsense, you know. There's my trash. Just so we can actually push higher. But for now, we're enjoying it. People are taking profits. Gold is up. Everything's up. So, it's been a nice, relief to the red apocalypse we've had the past few days. Moving across to SaaS as well. And we'll cover some very key companies, of course, and then look at some interesting reports. First of all, this is our scanner, Galaxy. We made this incredible technology. Matthew, my brother, made this. So this is fantastic. It scans every day. You can pull it in quickly and get a look at these ones. So big winner on Yami. I missed it. Didn't get time to actually get into this trade. But as you can see, up 10% today, which is nice. And it did pick ERA and Riot for an also good day. But again, everything's green, everything's up today. So, but what's really cool is you can see on the Astral, you can go to the weekly, you can go to the daily. We can turn on our Galaxy indicator here, and you can see, are we breaking out? Do we have any strength? What does it look like? And here you can quite clearly see on the weekly chart, we've got the market is pinging, of course, this blue bull market on Astral down here, and then it should show up here eventually if it continues this strength. Here we got a red diamond appeared, so we'll get a red confirmation here eventually too, and volume is getting low on that one too. So just keep an eye on that. We're watching the market. SaaS is green, green, green. Maybe everything's green, which is great. It's nice to see it because it got murdered this past week. Palantir, pull it up real quick on the 6-month chart. You can really see it began this descent. People should have sold here at 207. My bag of Palantir is not that big, so I'm not worried about it. But folks that were sitting on a lot of Palantir, they really should have sold here because that was a nasty drop and you got a second chance. Okay, hindsight's 2020, of course, but you did have a second chance here to exit and get profits before this nasty drop. Is it over yet? We don't know. You can see the choppage here. Currently, we got a blue diamond there. Let's go back to the weekly. Yeah, still falling according to the weekly. It could go further. You could see a little pause sideways, but then a little further flush. I don't think the flush is over. We'll take the nice little green day, but yesterday we're all talking about things going further down. It's just not over yet. So I'd be very careful day trading this market. But these are great companies, likes of AppLovin up, 7% there, which is great to see. These companies do not deserve to be so badly sold off, but that's just the way the market is, right? They got punished into right here, down quite a bit, but we're seeing a nice relief rally. I will personally be most likely starting a position with IBM because it does not deserve to be this low. It's a fantastic company and I see great upside. for the rest of this year and next year for it to recover back up towards these moving averages. CrowdStrike, likewise, all these are great companies that I think will serve really well in the future. I do not believe that software is being killed by AI or by Claude bots or Anthropic. So definitely huge opportunities here. I'll also be looking to start in Salesforce, CRM ticker. Likewise, down quite a bit. I should have maybe started here. I was looking, I'm very tempted here, but the narrative was so heavy. The fear was so heavy here. Um, so it may push higher, which will be confirmation, then to really pile in. Microsoft, I did start buying Microsoft 380 down here, about 30 shares, and I'll want to buy more if we see strength continuing here. Microsoft has no business being this cheap. It should really be higher than that. And then IGV, this is the one you want to buy if you just want to get broad exposure to the whole sector, and I did buy that quite heavily. I think IGV will return nicely to like this higher level. And then ServiceNow, I think, is the last one that I would probably want to pile into. Very strong company. Adobe, I think, is the most risk, which is creative disruption to their software. I've used Adobe in my past before. I have no intention to use it ever again because I can just open Nano Banana and say, hey, make me a fun, image, and it does that, which is great. So that's what I'll be looking to do with that one. So other popular ones I'm gonna look at real quick. Let's talk about Bitcoin. Bitcoin is having a really good day, nice recovery, which is great. If you're living under a rock again, I need to stop saying that. But GN Street did just get punished today, being accused of manipulating Bitcoin, manipulating the actual market. Is GN Street also behind the October 10th crash, the largest liquidation ever in history? Most likely, yes, they did do this. Again, can't prove that, so not sure. Don't want to get sued, but you can see here GN Street did sell and then it crashed. So who knows what's going on here? But it looks like they caused that. They're now no longer allowed to basically manipulate the Bitcoin market. It's been, I guess, made illegal, but that's not going to be happening anymore. So we didn't see a 10 a.m. dump today. It's rebounding nicely. Bitcoin's pushing higher. I just don't trust the overall narrative. A few other things we got to like pay attention to. Banking, it's a bit of a misnomer here, but it did catch a lot of people's attention. Banks unrealized losses. It's getting better. It was huge back here, and like nothing came of it. So it's fear mongering, in my opinion. And then Trump spoke last night, and it was hilarious. He made fun of Nancy Pelosi for insider trading, and the chamber lost it. We should watch
Built our
this.
country.
Yeah.
Access to the same type of retirement plan offered to every federal worker. We will match your contribution with up to $1,000 each year. As we ensure that all Americans can profit from a rising stock market, let's also ensure that
Here it
members
comes.
of Congress cannot corruptly profit from using insider information.
Just hold on now. It gets better. There's Elizabeth Warren clapping. Yep, yep, yep. Where's Nancy? Look at his face.
They stood up for that. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. Did Nancy Pelosi stand up if she was here? Doubt it. Pass the Stop Insider Trading Act without delay.
Absolutely butchered Nancy Pelosi. Hilarious. She is there. I know she's there. Anyway, so that was funny. And then other news we have here, software, NASDAQ. This is where I think is huge opportunity for the rest of the year is these software companies. They're not dead. They're not going to be sold off into the graveyard. We'll see a nice rebound once we realize AI is not going to be replacing all of their functionality, tomorrow. It might take years if it happens at all. So yeah, I'll be looking to buy those SaaS companies. And then finally, China is topping up in gold like crazy. This is why you're seeing gold go so high. They are pushing it. They're buying it. Again, they're trying to destabilize, I would say, the strength of the dollar worldwide. They want to get away from the US dollar being the de facto trade currency of the world, replace it with gold, replace it with the yen, who knows, with BRICS, but clearly they're just trying to play the game and play the cards they've been dealt. What I will say is what happens if they dump gold? So be careful with buying gold at this level because you never know what happens around the corner. You don't want to be exit liquidity for someone who wants to offload. Zeta is one of my favorite companies. They're having a decent day today, I believe, on the retail hot stocks. These are all the most popular stocks on X that I cover, and Zeta's having a good day, up 4%. Should be higher, really. I thought it would have been higher. We'll talk about this in a second. There's a few here that I really like, but Zeta bouncing back nicely. Has been pushed down crazy low levels, insane. Fantastic quarter, beat and raise for the 18th straight quarter. CEO David Steinberg is fantastic, fantastic guy. 395 million in revenue, 20% year-over-year revenue growth, and just killing it across the board. Positive gap net income above the rule of 50. So they are the AI disruptor in the enterprise market. They're not being disrupted, and we're excited about the future of Zeta. So wrapping up here in the last minute, guys. Figma has had an incredible rebound. I almost bought this guy, but I didn't, and I'm really annoyed myself. At this level, 23 bucks. I was watching it, thinking this is too low for Figma. This is a great company, and they had a really good quarter. And here, this was a clear buy, and I'm gutted I decided not to buy here. Again, was looking at this one quite closely, and now it's up 15%. Circle, no idea why it's up. It's just one of those crazy high volatile stocks. Hood, of course, following Bitcoin. Bitcoin's up, Hood's up, so expect a drop if Bitcoin drops. And then SoFi again, much love, which is great, up 3%, 4% almost. So SoFi should be back above 20 bucks in no time. So we'll leave it there, guys. We'll do a deep dive later, but this is where we are, and a little bit of red down there, but don't worry about it. Things are looking good, things are looking hot. Just keep buying your favorite stocks and hold them for the long term, and you should do very well. Again, my philosophy is simple. It's not rocket science. Buy the majority of great index funds like the VU, the QQQ, throw in the CSG, just buy a bunch of these VGT. You can't go wrong with having 5 or 6 of these guys as your core position. IGV is my favorite at the minute because it's that software one that's been sold off. Get these into your portfolio, hold them, and sprinkle around them some great companies. Like add in a few shares of Amazon, Tesla, Apple. Like buy whatever you like and you think is going to do well. Do some research. If you want to go high risk, high beta, grab a few smaller ones, of course. Some of these little guys like Big Bear, Open, Oz, Path. These are all very high beta stuff. So that's the philosophy of Purdy Financial, and we shall make a lot of money, guys. So appreciate it. See you. Bye.